Welcome, brave souls, to the ghostly Gazette. Tonight, we embark on a journey into the shadows, where the veil between the living and the departed is thin. Gather around as we delve into the mystifying realm of the Ouija, where the past speaks and the unknown whispers. I am your guide through the supernatural, and tonight, our spectral spotlight shines on three bone, chilling Ouija board stories that will send shivers down your spine. So dim the lights, keep an eye over your shoulder, and prepare for a chilling rendezvous with the other side. This is Ghostly Gazette, where the stories of the paranormal come to life. It was a stormy night, rain slashing against the windows and lightning illuminating the room in brief flashes. A group of friends huddled together in a dimly lit basement, the only source of light coming from the flickering candles surrounding a mysterious Ouija board. They had gathered for a night of thrill-seeking, fueled by the tales of the supernatural and a desire to connect with the other side. The air in the room was charged with a mix of excitement and nervous tension. As they placed their hands on the planchette, their eyes locked, and a shiver ran down their spines. The room seemed to grow colder, and the sound of rain intensified outside. They began asking questions, their voices hushed in anticipation. "Is there anyone here with us?" one of them whispered. The planchette moved slowly, spelling out a name. AX. The friends exchanged uneasy glances. None of them knew anyone named Alex who had passed away. They continued, their curiosity overcoming their apprehension. "What do you want, Alex?" The planchette moved again, this time spelling out a chilling message. REVNGE. The atmosphere in the room grew heavier. Unease settled over the group as they struggled to comprehend the meaning behind the message. The friends exchanged nervous laughs, trying to convince themselves that it was just a prank. Ignoring the growing sense of discomfort, they pressed on, asking more questions. The planchette spelled out cryptic messages hinting at a dark past and unresolved grievances. The group began to feel a sinister presence in the room, their fear escalating with each passing moment. Suddenly, the candles flickered and died, plunging the room into darkness. The friends fumbled for flashlights, their panicked breaths filling the air. As the flashlights flickered to life, they saw the Ouija board now glowing ominously in the dark. A voice echoed through the room, a ghostly whisper that sent shivers down their spines. "You have awakened me," it hissed. The friends, paralyzed with fear, realized they were no longer in control. The planchette moved rapidly, spelling out ominous threats and warning of dire consequences. The room seemed to close in on them, and the temperature plummeted. Desperate to end the ordeal, they pleaded with the entity to leave. But the planchette continued its dance, spelling out a horrifying revelation. "I will never leave. I am here for eternity." The friends, terror-stricken, tried to break the connection by removing their hands from the planchette, but it clung to them like a vice. The room filled with anguished wails, and the basement seemed to morph into a nightmarish realm. In a final desperate act, they flipped the Ouija board, hoping to sever the link. The planchette clattered to the ground, and the room fell silent. The friends, breathing heavily, surveyed their surroundings. The storm outside had subsided, and the once ominous Ouija board lay dormant on the floor. They never spoke of that night again, each haunted by the memory of the malevolent force they had unleashed. And as they drifted apart, the whispers of the beyond lingered in the corners of their minds, a chilling reminder that some doors should never be opened. The wind howled outside the sturdy walls of Ravenswood High School, rattling the windows as a group of soccer teammates gathered for an unforgettable sleepover in the gym. Excitement filled the air as laughter and camaraderie echoed through the empty halls. Little did they know, the night would take a chilling turn that would leave an indelible mark on their memories. As the clock struck midnight, the group huddled together, the dim glow of flashlights illuminating their faces. Someone produced an old Ouija board, its weathered surface a testament to the countless tales it had woven. Curiosity outweighed skepticism as they placed their hands on the planchette, ready to explore the unknown. The initial questions yielded typical responses, perhaps fueled by the collective imagination of the group. However, as the planchette began to spell out words, an uneasy tension settled over the room. THIRST, it spelled, followed by FIRE and a haunting plea for HELP. Nervous laughter turned to hushed whispers as the group exchanged uneasy glances. Something about those words struck a chord, sending shivers down their spines. In a sudden rush of trepidation, they decided to close the Ouija board session, dismissing it as a mere game. The following days were marked by a strange atmosphere among the teammates. The echoes of the Ouija board lingered in their minds, a subtle reminder of the cryptic messages they had uncovered. With newfound curiosity and a touch of unease, they approached the school's athletic director, whose office was situated in the very gym where the sleepover had taken place. Mr. Harris, the athletic director, was a stern but amiable figure, known for his passion for both sports and the school's history. As the teammates nervously broached the subject, Mr. Harris furrowed his brow, contemplating stories he had heard from the elder custodians over the years. He began to recount the gym's history, a tale steeped in tragedy. Decades ago, the very same gymnasium had stood witness to a devastating fire that claimed the life of a custodian named Thomas Hargrave. The fire had been fierce, fueled by an unquenchable thirst for destruction that left the gym in ruins. The teammates exchanged somber glances, realizing the chilling connection between the words spelled out on the Ouija board and the gym's haunted past. Intrigued by the revelation, they delved deeper into the history, uncovering the details of the fire that had scarred the gymnasium and claimed a life. Determined to unravel the mystery, they reached out to local historians, poring over dusty archives and faded photographs. The more they discovered, the clearer the connection became. The thirst for water that could not save the gym, the fire that devoured its wooden structure, and the silent cries for help that echoed through the decades. As they pieced together the puzzle, the teammates felt an invisible thread binding them to Thomas Hargrave's tragic fate. The gymnasium, once a site of jubilant cheers and victorious triumphs, now held the weight of a lingering spirit. Haunted by a newfound sense of responsibility, the teammates embarked on a journey to honor Thomas's memory. They organized a memorial event sharing the forgotten tale of the custodian who had perished in the flames. The gymnasium, once a spectral witness to tragedy, became a space for healing and remembrance. In the years that followed, the soccer teammates continued to feel a subtle presence in the gym, as if Thomas's spirit lingered, grateful for the acknowledgement of his forgotten sacrifice. The Ouija board had served as a conduit, unveiling the untold stories that lay dormant in the shadows of the past. And so, the gymnasium of Ravenswood High School stood as a living testament to the ephemeral whispers of the embered past, a place where the lines between the living and the departed blurred, leaving behind a legacy of remembrance and redemption. The sun dipped below the horizon as a chill settled over the quaint neighborhood of Maplewood. In the dim glow of streetlights, two friends, Emma and Sarah, found themselves drawn into the mysterious world of the supernatural. Armed with a Ouija board, they embarked on an adventure that would leave them questioning the boundaries between the living and the unseen. The creaking floorboards of Sarah's old house served as the backdrop for their exploration into the unknown. With the Ouija board set before them, the friends hesitated, their fingertips hovering over the planchette. A flickering candle cast dancing shadows on the board, creating an eerie ambience that heightened their anticipation. As they initiated the session, asking generic questions, the planchette remained motionless. The room seemed to hold its breath, leaving the friends in an uneasy silence. Undeterred, they persisted, seeking a connection with the other side. Finally, They posed the question that would change the atmosphere entirely. Is there anyone here who would like to talk to us? Planchette, as if guided by an unseen force, glided slowly to the letters N. Hush fell over the room, and a shiver ran down their spine. Determined to unravel the mystery, they pressed on. "What's your name?" they inquired. The planchette, with deliberate movements, spelled out SHSHSHSHE. Confusion etched across their faces. They exchanged uneasy glances, realizing that whatever spirit they had summoned seemed to be expressing a desire for silence. Unsure of how to proceed, Emma and Sarah decided to ask more direct questions. "Are you here with a message?" they queried. The planchette remained stationary, leaving them in an eerie stillness. Growing uneasy, they tried different approaches, attempting to decipher the enigmatic presence that lingered in the room. Each question was met with either silence or cryptic responses that only deepened the mystery. It became apparent that the spirit they had contacted harbored a desire for solitude, its silent plea echoing through the repetitive spelling of SHA. As the air thickened with an unspoken tension, the friends reluctantly decided to bid farewell. "Goodbye," they uttered, closing the board and returning the room to its former stillness. The atmosphere shifted, but the lingering sense of unease remained. In the following days, Emma and Sarah couldn't shake the feeling that they had disturbed something beyond their understanding. Strange occurrences unfolded in Sarah's house. Whispers in the darkness, flickering lights, and unexplained drafts. The line between the natural and the supernatural blurred, leaving the friends grappling with an unseen presence that seemed to linger in the corners of their perception. Haunted by the echoes of SH, Emma and Sarah pondered the mysteries of the spirit realm. What secrets did the silent entity guard, and why did it prefer the tranquility of the afterlife? The answers remained elusive, hidden in the shadows of the encounter that had forever changed the dynamics of their friendship and left them with a lingering sense of the unknown. Thank you, brave souls, for joining us on this spine-tingling journey through the ethereal tales of the Ouija board. The stories we've uncovered tonight are but whispers in the vast realm of the supernatural. If you found yourself captivated by these ghostly tales, don't forget to like and subscribe, and ring that bell to be notified when we summon more spirits from the shadow. Remember, dear viewers, the mysteries of the supernatural are boundless, and the Ghostly Gazette will be here to unravel them with you. Until next time, may your nights be filled with spectral wonders and your dreams be haunted by the enigmatic echoes of the beyond.